Hi everyone. I had started this book and did the craft along series with it, but didn't finish the book. So I thought, since I am going to be stepping back from videos, I would finish off that portion and show you how I do the cover. So this is a couple of the images from the book, and I decided this is going to be my front cover. Now I've printed it on a 61 pound photo mat paper, both, because I wanted to give a little structure to the craft text. I love this stuff. It's bendable, you can wash it, you can sew it, you can paint it, you can do everything to it, and I just really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and just I'll be pausing and adding towards this video because obviously there'd be dry time and whatnot. I'm just going to use Mod Podge to adhere it. And this is why I use the cardstock, because this being such a liquid glue, it soaks into the paper. And then you kind of destabilize your paper by getting it kind of wet. So having a thicker cardstock is very helpful for that. So you can see I'm fairly generous with it. So I find if you don't get it on, you don't want too thick, of course, but if you don't get it on thick enough and it starts to dry in between, when you go to adhere your cardstock or your paper, whatever, you're going to have spots that there's no glue underneath. So no matter what you do, you're going to have bubbles where, you know, you can tell it's not stuck down. So you can see I'm being pretty generous, and then I'm going to try and be very quick as well, because the Mod Podge does dry pretty quick. So the one side of the image I'm going to butt up to, oh, that's really crooked, to the edge, maybe, possibly. You can see, especially with photo paper, it dries really quickly because it absorbs into that photo paper. And then I use a dry paper towel. You gotta be fast because it will leave stuff behind. Just to get that first stick, and then I go in with the bone folder, moving the glue around as much as I can. And a lot of people like the brayers. I find I can't push hard enough on the brayer without it coming apart, really. Especially with a heavyweight cardstock like this. But now if I had printed this on paper and tried to do this, yeah, you'd tear the paper. So, and I'm not super concerned about it being perfect in the corners. I'm going to put corners on this. Make sure you wipe off your foam folder. Don't keep the glue on it. And then go over it with your hands to see if you can feel anywhere that it didn't take. And that seems pretty good to me. I'm going to flip it around and do this side. Have to do it this way first. Yeah. There is a right and a wrong to this image, judging by the treble clef, and there's a little bit of music notes in there. I eyeball it first, just to see where it's going to go, because, you know, I never cut things the same for some odd reason. So for my subscribers that have been with me a long time and have been with me through my house renos, The deck is going up. They're almost finished putting the decking down and getting the stairs up. And then, unfortunately, we have to wait because we ran out of money. So we have to wait for the railings to go up. But that's okay. The deck is quite large, so we've been sitting out there, actually. We had some beautiful weather last week, I believe it was. And they had completed enough of the deck that we could actually put a couple of our chairs out there. So that was really welcome, especially when you're stuck at home, right? Really nice to get out there and enjoy some of that sunshine. That vitamin D really helps the depression, you know. There we go. Okay, I'm going to give that a push. I hope I'm in camera. I haven't even been looking. Sorry, you guys. Been a while since I did this. I've been adding a few videos to the wig channel that I have. Not too many, but yeah, I've been getting a few wigs. Everybody keeps asking me, how many do you have now? Well, I bought a lot, but I didn't keep a lot of them. I donated several to the hospital, the cancer clinic, and my sister-in-law works there, so she takes them in for me. I don't have to go in, which is nice. I don't really want to go into a hospital, so she takes them in for me, and you know, some I think, yeah, they're not bad, but they're not my favorite, so would I wear them? Probably not, and so then I just donate them. Anyway, I finally found one that I like quite a bit for a house wig, and it's super cheap. It's a Paula Young line, and I've never heard of her before. But, yeah, it's a cute wig. I actually have it on right now. Okay, I'm going to do the front. I'm not going to put an image on the back. I'm going to leave it. I think this will be enough. Now this one I cut sort of kind of even. As even as I can be anyway. Okay. So I had said I was going to be sewing. Yeah, I haven't been. I got something cut out, and then I found something in my box that I had full of fabric that I had cut out years ago and never did make. And so I'm going to make that. So I have a skirt and a top to make, and then I have loads of others to make. Once I'm, you know, doing it, sitting down and actually doing it, I enjoy sewing very much. I used to spend all summer in high school and making my wardrobe for the next school year. Yeah, I was a partier. No, not really. I enjoyed it though, I really did. And since I'm a petite woman in stature, it's always been hard getting clothes. And then when I became a plus petite, really hard to get clothes. Especially here in Canada. Yeah. So for a while I was shopping in down at JCPenney, which I actually love their clothes because they carry colors all year. I hate shopping in the wintertime because I hate winter colors. They do nothing at all for me. I don't like black and I don't like dark, you know, jewel toned colors, which is pretty much all you can get in the wintertime up here. So when I'd go down to JCPenney, they had all kinds of colors that I would wear. I love green. That's probably one of my favorite colors. greens and oranges and sort of that warm pink. I know I say I hate pink, but this isn't really what you guys would consider pink. It is if you're, you know, my coloring, which is my natural color. Hair is light auburn. And, of course, now it's just white, but so I'm a spring. I wear spring colors. I love springtime. Okay, why are you not sticking? You are starting to annoy. Let's do it this way. It's one thing I do find about the craft text. The side that's textured, it is harder to get your pages to adhere. I guess because it's bumpy. So it takes a little bit more work to get it in there. I don't really care if there's a buildup of glue on the edge because I will seal this whole thing anyway. And as far as putting this one on sale, probably not for a while, you guys, because I don't know how people feel about shipping. And, you know, people are budgeting big time right now, which I understand. We're in the same boat. So, I mean, like I say, if it's going to the States, I'd probably totally save shipping it because it's at least 5 days before it gets anywhere. But, you know, might not be comfortable with that. I've had people buying printed kits, so they seem to be okay with that. But, you know, let me know what you guys think. And I honestly don't know what to do anymore, you know. This situation is a little crazy. But, I mean, oops, I just broke it. Darn it. That's okay. It's only temporary anyway. People are still getting mail, so I don't know how you feel about that. I'm gonna actually get I've got a big cutting board here. And I kind of plunk that down while it dries to minimize the curl. I'll stick that on it too because it's heavy. So that's it. I'm going to pause it here for now. When I come back, it'll be dry, and then, yeah, I'll be punching the holes for the signatures, and, yeah, we'll go from there. We'll see how this works. Thanks for watching. I'll be back, though. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure I'm telephotoed enough. I think that's pretty good, I hope. I found these. I forgot that I bought these when I had gone to visit Janice, who's Vintage Moss on Vancouver Island, and they had, I forget the name of these. Let me grab they're not Tim Holtz. Graphic 45, that's who it is, and you get, well, they come in several colors. I specifically bought the red, and I bought some black as well, because I had this book in mind. Anyway, they're policy envelopes, I guess they're called. Yep, policy envelopes. And I thought I would put one in the front, like this. I can do two, actually, but I'm going to do it a little differently because I'm going to leave, I don't know if I'm going to leave it open. I don't think so, because it's, you know, you got it in here. Why would you leave it open? I'm just going to use double-sided tape. It's such a shame to cover this part up because I really like that. If I did that, you're not going to be able to get to the pocket easily either. So, unfortunately, I'm going to cover it up. So I'm just going to use some score tape. This one is Sukwang, but it's the same thing as score tape. I just really thought these envelopes were neat. And if I tape that middle, I'm probably not going to get as much give to open the envelope. If you tape that really tight, you might have a difficult time lifting that up. So I think I'm going to leave the center. This will not come off. It's really good tape. And yeah, I probably should have used my bone folder on that, but, and again, eyeballing. Okay, and I just want to maybe bend it just a wee bit if I can. Hopefully that will be okay. Get rid of that junk. Yeah, so that's the thing about, you know, taping. I think there's enough room in that. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to work on this part. I've pulled out some golden with the little mica chips in it. These are the small flakes. I don't know if that shows properly. I'm going to use some paint. This is the Prima. And this one is Dragon's Eye. And this one is Rusty Red. I think that's going to be okay. But I think I'll start with this one. And what am I going to use here? I use a nice hard brush. If you're finding that your paints are getting a little thick, you can add a little bit of water. These are all water-based acrylic paints, so you can just add a wee bit of water, dribbles at a time until you get the right consistency, but shake it up real well. It's a really pretty, I love this Dragon's Eye gold. It's really pretty. I have no idea what I'm doing, so we're just gonna play with a bit of paint here. Sometimes I go all the way around the edge, but other times I don't want to. I'm sure there's a lot of artists out there going, what is she doing? I don't know. There's so much going on with this pretty page that I don't want to cover it up too much. And I don't really switch brushes. You can if you like. This one has not been used, I don't think. If I used it, I didn't use it very much of it. Doesn't even feel like it's moving. Might have to add water. Yeah, it's really thick. I'm going to add a touch of water. My workout for the day. I think that'll work. And I don't put it in the pot if I'm mixing brushes. And I also don't want that much on there. I'm not sure I'm going to like this, but we'll see. Yeah, not bad. As you can tell, I'm no painter. And then, let's as careful as I am, I'm always covered in paint. I don't want to wet the brush yet because I want to use it to pick up the medium, gel medium. Okay. Now this stuff goes on milky but dries clear. You can just use your finger if you want. I really love this stuff. Somebody's probably going to ask me where I bought it, and I don't remember. Either it was at an art store or it was at Michael's. Michael's does carry some golden, but I have a feeling I bought it in an art store. And I don't worry too much about the brush marks because I go over this and seal it all anyway, and it's fine. I think that's enough. But You know, I'm not loving that red in there. It's just a little bit too much red for my taste. Okay. These are going to go on the sides. I'm going to bend these over, front and back. There'll also be corners put on here. Did I bring those out? No, I did not. Where did I put my corners? I've been starting to clean my room. I'm downsizing a ton of stuff, so... what did I do with my corners? I don't know. I'll have to find them. When this dries, then I'll come back and we'll work on putting the corners in the pieces and doing all that kind of jazz. Okay, I'll be back soon. Alrighty, I am back and this is all dried. Now I'm just deciding whether I want to use these little corners or these, which I quite like. I've never used them. So I was going to put 4 on the front just to frame this. And then possibly 2 on the inside of this cover. But I don't know. Not sure how that would work. I'm wondering if I could do that and put these on. These are just little tiny ones. I don't have any more big ones, but if I did that and put it kind of over top of that, I'm wondering if that would work. Because then that might hold it down better. It's a thought. Kind of like that idea. Just because I'm not sure how this is going to stay. Obviously they bend. So I would conform them to the book cover. And I plan on using Gorilla Glue. Stuff's pretty strong. If I get enough in there. I do like this look. It's very old looking. Okay. I think I'll try it. If I can get the lid off. Come on. There we go. Alright. Just going to bend them down slightly. what you can't see is that it's kind of lifting up in spots. I just want to make sure it's fairly flat before I go ahead and add the glue. Then I need I have one more. Use that. Okay, let's give this a whirl and see what happens. Probably need to poke a hole. Maybe. Let me just get this out. What is going on with this thing? Oh, there we go. Sometimes it just dries over the top of it. Okay, see if I got enough open. Nope. It looks like it's open, but maybe I'm blind. Come on, you. There we go. I mean, it's good that it doesn't fly out of there. But it would be nice if it came out a little bit faster. Okay. Okay, let's see what that does. Sorry if you hear a little banging. My husband's working on the deck. Well, we'll see. This needs to be bent down a little bit. what I should do is experiment and do 2 with this glue and 2 with my other glue and see how they work. So I'm guessing people are getting a little bit excited because they're going to be opening a few businesses, particularly salons. I wonder how many people are going to flood the salons. I've seen so many funny jokes about that before COVID and after. People are posting things like you have a unibrow at the end of coming out of quarantine, which I thought was pretty funny. Oh, that's not going to stick, I don't think. Oh, maybe it will. I just need to adjust it. Okay, just gonna clip it. Make sure it's sitting on the book. Okay, I'm going to try my other one, but I'm going to put a hole in this. Clean that out a little. I've got this other glue and it seems to work really well for me. It's called My Glue. I don't know if I can even get this stuff anymore. I got this at the P&E, and I'm not sure the distributor is distributing anymore, so I should find out. I mean, so many things have closed permanently, right? People have had to close up their shops because they just couldn't make their rent and leases, and it's been hard for everybody. This stuff is way more liquid than the Gorilla Glue. I'm not even squeezing. Okay, the problem is I'm going to stick to everything. Ah, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that actually ended up where I wanted it. I think this stuff makes contact right away too, it seems. Just trying to bend these to fit the book. I sure hope this works, because they're very pretty. I got these from Butterbee Scraps, but I don't buy anything from them anymore because the original owner was here in BC, which is where I am. She was up quite a ways from me, but she could ship it, you know, in a tiny envelope here in Canada, and it hardly cost anything for shipping. But an American bought the company, and so now my shipping costs would be horrendous. So probably not going to be able to buy. I'll try and source something a little more local if I can. Very good customer service though, I have to say. This stuff hardly comes off too. It's really hard to work with. Well, I guess it's no different than crazy glue, really. Get that stuff on your fingers. Just don't put your fingers together, or you're gonna be in trouble. And again, I'm not too worried about glue shine at all, because I am gonna be sealing this. What I'm really just going for is trying to get it to touch everywhere on here. A little hard. But then after I seal it, I get it underneath any spots that didn't quite. Okay, look, I can't get my fingers off this now. I'm not even kidding you. Okay, let's do this with my left hand. And go and get some acetone to get this off. Now that makes it hard. I'm right-handed. Okay, I know I'm highly entertaining you guys. I'll be back when this is dry and we'll go on to the next step. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I got my fingers unglued and I've just put this edge piece, because you really didn't need to see me glue my fingers again. But what I did want to show you is how I bend these. I mean, you know, you can do whatever you like, but I find it just easy to use a metal ruler. And I just try and get it about halfway, not quite, because then you've got a really pointy piece if you do it exactly halfway. And then I just start bending it on the ruler. They do bend fairly easily. And once I get that part done where it's got a nice crease, then I just fold over the rest. Okay, so I've done that, and then I just gently squeeze the rest, but I don't want to close it completely. Usually what I'll do is I'll put glue in here, but I'm having so much trouble with my fingers that this is how I did it. I basically just closed it almost completely, but you need enough to, you know, slide it on there. And I eyeball that again. You can measure it, find your center. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Then I do a bit of glue, even though I will be putting an eyelet. I still like to add a bit of glue. And like I said before, I don't mind that it's shiny because I will be covering this. Okay, so now let's see if I can do this without sticking my fingers. Okay, it's just gonna, it takes a bit for it to adhere, so I'm just gonna move this. Okay. Now, turn this approximately, and then I take my flat pliers. Sorry if I'm not quite in center frame there. Push it as you squeeze it so that it's right against the edge. Okay. There we go. So I am debating on putting some trim or something on here. I'm not sure yet. So then what will happen, this one I've done, so I'll show you how I do that. Find my, okay. Now this is a very small hole that it needs. So I use the smallest hole punch on this one. And again, I eyeball, but because of the shape, so there's a little, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little spot right in the center there that I'm going to poke through, basically removing that metal. Just take that out. Okay, now I need to start this. And I kind of use this as my screwdriver. For some reason it's not wanting to turn. I don't know why. Oh. It's tight, this one. I try and make sure it's either lined up horizontally or vertically. It just looks nicer. It's not quite straight. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Okay, so there's my hook in the front, and then in the back I use a couple of eyelets. Now I want to use, I think those might be a wee bit big. Let's see. Either one can be used, but I have more of this color than I do of the brown, so I'm going to use those. Okay, same thing, gonna eyeball it. And now I want two, and the reason I want two is because I'm gonna thread an elastic through it. Oh, I did the wrong hole too. Should have been the bigger one. Yeah, that's okay. Boy, sometimes you just don't want to cut properly. It's the bigger one. You know what, I'm going to set the border on this too, so that it's the same on both sides. Okay, so it's going to be about there. Okay, there we go. There's one there. Come out. There you are. And one there. Okay, so we need to put that there. And So when you're looking at this, it's got a nose. I call it a nose. Whoops. Which way? Hang on. There we go. Okay, I call that the nose. That nose goes over the top part of your eyelet because you want the back part to spread in, this is weird for me, in that part. You see how it'll flatten in that little gully. So I know I'm so technical. Okay, so that is that. Now, I'm not going to put my tie in yet because I still need to sew my signatures in there. And that I am not going to do on camera for you guys. It takes me forever and I'm pulling it towards me and you won't see it anyway. I do have a video in under playlists and it's under tutorials. There's a couple different ones in there, I believe. One is done with a pamphlet style, which is just your straight, and the other one is done with my cross stitch, which is what I will do with this one, but I already have a tutorial on it. So that's it for now. I might add trim, I might not, I don't know, but at this point the next video you see will be the completed book. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.